Hey everybody, I'm Alex McBlue, and this is Ask Alex, the show where you ask the questions and I give you the answers. Super Us asks, what are your five favorite movies of all time, not including any superhero based movies or comic book ones either, I'm assuming? Alright, so my five favorite non superhero movies as of right now, by the way, they are not ranked in order, this is the five in general. So starting off with one of them that definitely has to be in there, which is Tombstone. It is my favorite Western movie of all time, and it's definitely one of my favorites of all time. Definitely top five. I love this movie. I think the acting is unbelievably great. I think the cast is an all-time cast, and the scenes is just like extremely captivating and gritty, even at times, and you're scared for the characters, and just everything about this movie is honestly great. I love it, and I rewatch it more than anything probably, or just as much as any of them, and never really get tired of it. Ever since I was a kid, I love this movie, and yeah, just everything from, like I said, Doc Holliday, of course, is the big famous thing for the movie, but him, Johnny Ringo, Curly Bill, I believe is the other villain's name. It's just played by Powers Booth, just absolute great villains too, and everybody's role in this is really done well, and it's just such an interesting and fun and also entertaining in general movie. Kurt Russell, of course, is a great lead too, by the way. But yeah, it had to be in here. I love Tombstone. It's definitely one of my favorites in top five. And then for the next one, my favorite scary movie of all time, Scream. So Scream is just honestly, it's kind of to me, it's like the perfect scary movie. There's some other ones you could argue that too, or being at least on the same level as. But it is everything I like about the potential of a scary movie. Like, it is scary in parts. It's a mystery, which I really enjoy. That's one of the best things about Scream. It really is a fun whodunit, all wrapped into the plot. It's really funny, like I said, at moments, and also it just has extremely entertaining performances in different ways by different people. Of course, Matthew Lillard's a huge standout in it. Nev Campbell is the lead, just all time great. One of the best opening scenes ever in a horror movie with Drew Barrymore, and that the shock of that kill for people too. And yeah, just the killer's reveal and all the stuff after that's perfect. And Courtney Cox, and of course the character of Randy, all just great in this. And Dewey, of course, as well. But yeah, I love that movie. It is my favorite scary movie, like I said, and it's just one I can rewatch every now and then. It never gets old for me, really, and I still love that movie a lot. Um, Next up, I'm gonna go with Napoleon Dynamite. It is probably, depending on the day, my favorite comedy movie ever, and it's definitely one of them, and it's in my top five right now. Had to put that in here because it is really funny, and throughout the whole thing, it's like a lot of laughs and stuff like that, and a lot of funny characters. But it's also just such a good movie in general. It's kind of like an endlessly rewatchable, if well, at least if you like it, like I do anyway, movie that just has a lot of kind of fun plot and characters and stuff in it, anyways. But it is also really funny, and it's so unique. It's really kind of one of a kind as far as that goes. I can't really think of other movies that feel like that even that much. And John Heater is great as Napoleon Dynamite, and of course Uncle Rico is a classic, as well as Kip and all the other characters. It's just a great movie, and I love that movie a lot. And I'd also have to put in Disturbia, which I guess right now would be my second favorite scary movie, and it's also in my top five overall right now because it is just like the best version of that type of movie, in my opinion, where it's kind of like a little bit of a mystery, but it's him kind of for I won't explain the whole plot right now, but Shia LaBeouf's character is basically he has to stay in his house because he gets into legal trouble. It's the quickest way of putting it, I guess. So in doing so, he like starts watching people out of boredom and stuff like that. Kind of like Rear Window. It's kind of like a different take on that, by the way, the old Hitchcock movie. Um, but it is just really such a great movie in general because it is scary. It's like you don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of like unpredictable a little bit, but the cast is all great, even though it's not a huge cast. His friend is a great character. The girl in it's a great character. The neighbor that he keeps watching is a great villain, and just like weird character that you're kind of keeps you guessing as to what exactly is going on, but there's a little bit of a mystery and clues throughout the movie. I love that movie. I think it's great for sure. And then for the fifth one, it was super close between two other ones, but I'm gonna go with Jurassic Park. So Jurassic Park for me has to be on there right now, even though the other comedy one was super close with that. Which was Dumb and Dumber, by the way. It's the other one it's like it's so hard to narrow it down to five, but I'm going with Jurassic Park right now. I think because Jurassic Park is the first movie I remember watching and really just kind of being in awe of as a small kid. Because for one, even still now to this day, the dinosaurs hold up. They look so real. It's crazy in that movie with the animatronics and everything they did in that, and it is really scary. It is very entertaining throughout the whole thing. Action packed. It is an adventure, of course, and the cast is great. Everything about it, honestly, is super interesting. The plot, the setup, the kind of lessons. Of course, Jeff Goldblum is an all-time role in this as well. I really like Alan Grant as the lead here, though. I think he's like kind of the perfect guy for this type of scenario to be the lead. And Sam Neill is his name, the actor. He's great in everything, honestly, and he's definitely is in this movie as well. But yeah, just a great movie. I've always loved dinosaurs anyway since I was a kid, so this was like the perfect dinosaur movie. And unfortunately, none of the other ones never even came close to the first one. so, so yeah, Jurassic Park, all-time classic. Definitely one of my favorite movies. One of my most watched movies as well, alongside some of the other ones I mentioned. Yeah, I absolutely love that movie. Just Your Average Geeks. Dave asked, "What is my favorite superhero costume and my favorite supervillain costume?" So I'll give you a couple of each going rattle off because I feel like it's honestly a tie in some scenarios. So I feel like for the hero, it's a tie, which would be, I'll go ahead and tell you each one. Moon Knight, because just a perfect costume as far as I'm concerned. It couldn't look any cooler than it does. The the crescent moon and the pure white cowl and the mask under it, the overall costume's just immaculate, just honestly perfect as far as I'm concerning, or as far as I'm concerned. Also tied with Moon Knight's costume is Spider-Man, just an all-time classic for a reason. The red and blue pops like no other color, like super colorful and probably even does. And I think the webs design on his mask and his costume with the spider in the middle and the chest, just unbelievably great. I love that costume for sure. So on the villains ones of that, I'm gonna go with Hobgoblin. I think Hobgoblin has one of the coolest looks in general in comics. His costume is great. The mask, the costume, everything. The colors really pop. He looks really creepy. And yeah, I love the monstrous look of his costume and his mask and stuff as well. I definitely have to put him there. And I'd also say to tie with him or around the same level would be Mysterio. I think the big kind of, as they call it, fishbowl a lot of times, helmet is super great. I love that. And the overall purple and green color scheme of his costume as well, and the way it looks with the cape and everything coming down the back. I think that's just an absolutely awesome one as well. Matilda Gothica asked, "Where do you keep your comics at?" Because she said that I've never really talked about that very much before, I believe. So most of them are at my house now where I live, and mostly I'd say the majority of them in that house is in my main room, kind of where I stay at and whatnot, and where I read at. But I actually have a few of them in another room as well, and then some of them are still at my grandma's house because I used to kind of live there for a while after my grandpa died to stay with her for a little while. But yeah, anyways, she's still okay too, by the way. But I still have some of those down there. I think two or three long boxes or something like that, and then or maybe three or four. I think three long boxes, and then like four or five short boxes, and then some comics and a few other random boxes and stuff like that too. So quite a few down there altogether. I'm Alex Blue. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you later.